in this battle, we're taking on Carrot Master, also actually a fellow YouTuber here on the whatever this game is called, Bronze Returns. I'll try to link that in the description below. This might be the second time we battle. I mean, last time that was a bit inconvenient because there are a lot of like little bugs or whatever that were happening. Well, anyways, we have team preview off here, and typically when someone does that, it means that they don't, or they're trying to hide something a lot of times. Because I mean, I don't know, if I were doing that, that's at least what I would do. If I was trying to keep Araquanid or Shuckle or Galvantula or something like that secret. So we're gonna road them just because we have defog on this. Oh, might have a rain team here. Let's see if he drizzles out. And actually, I'm really just tempted to just drop a Hydro Pump here. So it makes a lot of sense for him to go into a Ghost type trying to make a prediction. So we'll get that rain boosted Hydro Pump. It's a lot of value right there out of that initial play. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's going to go into. Hopefully we get him on the ground. If he goes into like a Seismitoad or some sort of water absorb like Gastrodon, that would be really annoying. But then I might just take that chance to try and get Araquanid in. Although I guess it doesn't really have a good matchup against Pelipper, so maybe not. I don't know. But that definitely is a cool shiny, I'm not gonna lie. I do like the green. I've actually not been able to see it too often. Because most people are running the standard model. Kilo Wattrel is gonna take quite a beating here from Hydro Pump. That is a really cool sprite though. I didn't know that was in the game. Yeah, it's actually enough to one-shot. So predictions can go quite a long way if you know how to make them. Especially in that case, actually, there's like barely any consequence to making a prediction. And like when you have matchups like that where Pelipper is kind of forced to switch, that's when you wanna get aggressive. Because I mean, even if he decided to stay in, he could really only do so much. Like he could U-turn, maybe try and go for a Hurricane Confusion. Like this is a matchup that Rotom completely dominates. So say that. Barraskewda. I don't know what this does actually, but the good thing is I do have my MacBook here, so I'm gonna look this up. I mean, I know it can get close combat and a lot of water moves like U-turn and not U-turn, flip turn, and probably like liquidation or some sort of stab. Let's find out. I think it's waterfall. Okay. I've always using a lot of the modern Pokemon here though. That's not something I'm too familiar with. Say that. Okay, so we can get close combat or crunch. Honestly, I'm not that worried about this. I'm just gonna wall switch because yeah, we can handle this pretty nicely. I mean, this is a bulky Rotom Wash. It might not look like that, but I mean the team preview and the fact that I have Hydro Pump should have given it away. So you can only get Hydro Pump with Rotom Wash. So, oh yeah, I forgot he didn't have team preview, so he would have. No, but then if you saw the Hydro Pump, that should have given it away. Well, I want to go into Pinsir, but maybe I'll start with Araquanid because we can get Sticky Web value and we can also get Liquidation value if the rain is still up. There's kind of a lot to get out of this here. So yeah, I definitely this team actually does fare pretty decently into rain teams, just due to the nature of this setup, especially if you can make a really good lead like that. Okay, Pelipper is back in. This looks like a pretty easy Rotom or Magnezone. I'm thinking Magnezone just because it's less likely for him to go for a Scald. He's probably just gonna try U-turn out of this. So I'm willing to go into Magnezone since this has a Choice Scarf. Hurricane. Okay, that also works out. Let's wall switch. So I mean, I dropped the choice back, so we don't really need to go for a T-ball trying to get raw damage anymore. I mean, we're trying to just use momentum here to our advantage. Kind of the ultimate goal here. And Pelipper is gonna remain kind of useless as long as we have Magnezone and the other guy alive. Okay, beware. I think this is a great Pinsir opportunity. And let me just make sure we actually outspeed, because then we can just go for a return. And Pelipper doesn't switch in too comfortably since there's no resist. Let's find out. So, Beware has a speed of 60. Yeah, we can just drop a return here. So he's either gonna have to sack or he's gonna. I actually don't really know what he's gonna do. Oh, so it looks like he stays in. He might have the ability Fluffy. And he might try and go for a Stone Edge. That actually makes a lot of sense. Oh. Okay, so I guess actually we don't really do super effective damage if he has Fluffy. I mean, we do, but it's like. I guess it's still not enough to save him from the raw damage output of return there. Pinsir also does still hit really hard with base 155 attack. Now it's probably a chance for Pelipper to come back in. If I had to make a guess. But then it'd also be really obvious that I'd go into Magnezone or Rotom. So this was like a very highly competitive match. I'd probably try and go for like a return here. Just so I'm not too predictable. So I don't want him to get too much momentum out of anything. Although since this is, I don't believe this is a too high level battle, I might just go into Magnezone or Rotom. I don't know if he even has U-turn on Pelipper, seeing how weak the Hurricane was. I think I just Magnezone anyways, just because we have a quad resistance. Or I could have just gone into Rotom though. So Rotom actually covers both the water and the flying type coverage better. He could also go for a Scald. Although I mean I'm pretty sure that Magnezone can actually take one from Pelipper, so I'm not too concerned by any means. Yeah, and he went for Hurricane, so it's alright. That's a bit annoying though, but we can deal with that. Let's go ahead and wall switch. I don't see why not. But yeah, I mean, I definitely have to say though, this is quite a cool. So he actually stays in. Please don't hit yourself. Alright, bro. You had U-turn though, why wouldn't you use it earlier is my question. There were a lot of opportunities to try and U-turn on Magnezone. Although, I mean, we're most likely going to outspeed whatever else he has, unless it's like a Swift Swim kind of Pokemon. It could be Swampert. That would be a good check to Magnezone. But then if you had that, why wouldn't you have used it earlier is my question. Wow, he has another Rain Pokemon too. Oh, I forgot. Because we're choice locked and we hit ourselves in confusion, now we can't actually even attack. We're just going to struggle. So unfortunately that means that Magnezone is going to go down here unless he does something stupid and we can switch it out. It's definitely a bit annoying, but we're going to have to deal with that for today. Bruh. And that's like barely any damage too. Alright. Yeah, I would have been able to wall switch out of that, but you know, it is what it is. I think I'm just gonna load him on this. Probably just wall switch out into something else. Probably a Araquanid. I actually don't really know what it can do. Yeah, and he's gonna probably withdraw. This makes a lot of sense. And yeah, we'll pick up Pelipper. We'll be close to it. If we don't pick it up, we'll just go into Pinsir and finish it off with return. Yeah, Rotom really is kind of a kill switch against the rain teams of this meta game. Can go into Pinsir here. Just drop a return. If you want damage output, and Pinsir does bring that to the table. I doubt that he has another flying type or whatever. So we're only gonna have to be worried about Scald damage, which is not something that's too bad. It's definitely manageable. Yeah, I will say though, I do like this guy's team. Like Polytoad and all that, definitely quite unique. I don't know if the rain is still up. Doesn't look like it is, so we might just go for a return. So I'm pretty sure it's supposed to show. I hope I didn't get that wrong. So, I mean, this could be a Swift Swim, Ice Beam, Life Orb, and that probably would do enough. So it is actually still up. Okay, I guess maybe this shows the animation. Although, I mean, yeah, no, we can still take that. I mean, Ludicolo still isn't really the strongest Pokemon out there. And, I mean, there's no point trying to go for the 6-0 since we already lost Magnezone to the Confusion. So, we may as well just go for a return and then finish off with a Ball Strike. And I'm pretty sure return should be a 2-hit KO in Politoed since it's not resisted. I mean, Pinsir hits really hard if you can't resist it, which is fun. I mean, flying is a pretty good stab, and it gets Earthquake for the rocks and steels that can resist that. Let's drop a return here. He'll pick up Pinsir, but then we'll just Romance Chill it with Landorus, Explosion, or Earthquake. Probably just Explosion, just to guarantee that Politoed is finished off. Yeah, but I do really dig that shiny. That's very, very underrated. Because the blue and the pink do go nicely together, and it's completely different from its standard coloration of. I'm pretty sure it's green and yellow. I actually don't know what the chest is, but oh, so that's actually enough to knock out Politoed. So that right there is going to be GG. Good game.